Good morning. It's August the 26th, I think. Yes, it is the 26th. And it's a Friday, so you know what that means. It's a walk around the lake. It's getting more morning-like as the days get shorter. Heading to the first day of autumn in, 3 weeks? A little more than 3 weeks, but not much more than 3 weeks. Almost a month, I guess. It's quite a lovely temperature right now. Supposed to go to 27 or 28 today, and possibly some rain later. I hope not, because we're booked to eat out at a place with a nice deck, but in fact we'll walk by it on this walk. So I keep plugging away at publishing tasks. I sent the page proofs for Phases, which is a poetry book I'm republishing through Shadowpaw Press Reprise, my imprint that does new editions of notable previously published work by Belinda Betker, a Saskatchewan poet, and about her gender and sexuality journey. So it's in page proofs, and she's already looked at it. I sent it at midnight last night, and she had already looked at it, the whole thing, by the time I got up this morning, so must be a night owl. And there are corrections to make. There are always corrections to make. That's the whole purpose of page proofs. One more chance to stamp out errors before it goes to print and ebook. Now, ebook is actually harder to do than print for this one, because poetry is weird and the line breaks and indents and stuff can be hard to capture in ebooks. I've done it once before, so I'm sure I can do it again. Goal is to get it out pretty quick, because Belinda's going to be featured in Sask Book Week at the end of September. She'll be doing an online reading, which I will be publicizing, of course. And hopefully that will sell some books, but I need to have them ready to be sold by then, so certain time pressure there. However, got that done. Today, I might do those corrections at some point, but my main focus today needs to be writing my short story for Shapers of Worlds Volume 3, the anthology I kickstarted, featuring authors who are guests on my podcast, The World Shapers, which you can find at theworldshapers.com. Science fiction fantasy authors talking about their creative process. I have everybody's story except mine. Once I have mine, that can go to page proofs, which goes to all the authors. And then we can get that one published. It was kickstarted, so I have to arrange to send copies to all the Kickstarter supporters, backers, they're usually called. And I need to get back to the novel I'm writing, the YA novel that, boy, it's been taking me forever to get that thing. I keep stalling and figuring out problems and figuring out how to fix them. So I think I've got it all figured out. So as soon as I get back to it next week, I think it'll move ahead quite quickly now. I really need to focus on turning out fresh material of my own writing, as well as all this publishing work. Oop, first jogger. So I need to build that into my daily routine as much as possible. Never ending. I've always got lots to do. Don't make a ton of money doing it, but at least I'm not lacking things to work on, creative things. And of course I have a car again now, so I don't know what's with the purple lights down here. Kind of spooky. So might get a little further afield here while the weather's still good in the mornings. Some mornings, not every morning. Which way shall we go today? Into the sun this way or around that way? I think I went this way last time, so let's go this way today. You can see the breeze is blowing the Saskatchewan flags out there on Albert Street Bridge. There's our first dog. There's somebody in a boat out there. It's hard to see in the sun, but I think that's what that is. I forgot my sunglasses again. Very bright looking in that direction. You can tell there's a bit of a breeze because there's a bit of chopped on the water, as well as by the flags on the bridge. I pulled a muscle or something in my right shoulder blade, and it hurts if I take a deep breath and expand my rib cage. It doesn't hurt to breathe per se. There's nothing in my lungs. It's just somehow I pulled a muscle back there. Probably, I've been thinking about that. I'll bet you I did it when I was loading books and stuff over the weekend at Sask Expo, all those boxes of books, and I didn't really notice it. So here's the dam. Are there pelicans down there today? No, there's something else. Cormorants? Maybe? Do we have cormorants? Those definitely aren't pelicans over there. So you often see them there. There's a little kayaker out there. I'll actually be walking again later, but I won't live stream it. I'll have to go downtown today. So, well, one live stream is enough. Another dog. Ooh, that's bright. Usually geese over here, but not this morning. Geese over there. I hear them honking. And of course I'll walk up through the gardens, because why wouldn't I? There you can see the kayaker a little better. Off the sun.
I will bring the children breakfast.
There's a tent over there, I don't know why. A couple of them. Some sort of sign on it. If I cut through here, I can read it. I hear music. I'm not sure. I can't read the signs. Oh well. Signs everywhere. Sign. Do this, don't do that. Can you read the signs? Can't you read the signs? Good old legislative building. East Saskatchewan legislative building. You can smell the flowers. Don't have to stop and smell the flowers. I can smell them while I'm walking. I take a walk by the Walter Scott statue here. Holding the blueprints for the dramatic lighting there. the legislative building. And here's our beautiful gardens. I don't usually get it right from the middle here, so let's do that. Yeah. And all these flowers smell lovely. No, flowers smell lovely. Another look at these from over here. Maybe I can figure out what it is. Nope, not a clue. I think they're just setting up for something, but I don't know what it is. Zigzagging my way through the gardens here this morning as I was looking at things, so might as well continue it and zigzag past the Queen here on her Saskatchewan born horse. Carrying on. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. I'll get coffee when I am done. Done the walk. I don't just walk the walk, I talk as I walk. Yeah, I'll go across and... Yep, they're waiting. I wasn't expecting them to, but okay. Go down here and walk out towards the Trafalgar Fountain. I think this time, instead of by the tennis courts. Always good lighting on the building from this direction in the mornings. Ow, there's that sore spot again. The only thing I could figure is that I probably did something while I was loading boxes of books, or come to think of it, even more likely was lugging Alice's suitcase downstairs when we took her to the airport, because it weighed in at 60 pounds. Yeah, actually I bet you that's what it was, because I do remember kind of an awkward moment that I might have wrenched that spot in my shoulder and not thought about it at the time, and then it hurt later. I'll bet you anything that's what it was, because it was that, I think it was that day that it started hurting, that evening. Oh well, it'll go away eventually. Just not as fast as it used to before I was 63 years old. Potentially. That's the Trafalgar Fountain in front of us that used to actually stand in Trafalgar Square in London. Came over about the same time as the... Actually, I think I shouldn't say that, because I think I read the panel and realized I'd misremembered it, but it definitely was in Trafalgar Square. I had thought maybe it came over with the royal visit in 1939, but it wasn't. Oh, why did it decide to go crooked? I don't know. And if you look through it, you can see the fountain on the other side of the lake that we will also walk by later. And the bridge that we will walk over, likely, if we go that way. So bright. So sunny, so crooked for some reason. Let me just double check that. I get my facts right here. Right. It was 1965. The British High Commissioner to Canada. However, I'm quite sure it originally stood in Trafalgar Square, so. Nope, the kayak, or paddleboard, the feet are out, so it's not really a kayak. It's kind of like a kayak, but I don't think that's quite what it is. Alright, we will carry on. I will resist the temptation to once again sing Carry On My Wayward Son, although it's hard whenever I say carry on. You either think of that or you think of the old British movies, the Carry On series. Sort of raunchy sex comedies those were. That's Spruce Island over there. Roberts Plaza behind it, the tall apartment building. There's always these nice little openings in the trees. You can sit and look at the lake. Well, this one you can sit because there's a bench. I can hear the sound of tennis over to my right, where the tennis courts are that I did not walk by today. Dogs everywhere. They were a plague upon the land. Little dogs there. Big ones following me. It's the Holodomor Memorial, marking the Russian genocide of Ukraine. Stalin's enforced starvation. Joggers and dogs. A few people just walk. The only live streamer I've ever encountered doing this, I have encountered another live streamer, but he was on a bicycle, which seems dangerous to me, but I guess it works for him. I think there's somebody that drives around town, maybe. I don't know. Walking is more interesting. It's always a lot of people here on the Friday morning, I think, especially if it's going to be warmer later in the day. We'll come out while it's still cool. The numbers fall off significantly once it gets cold. And when I walk in the dark at minus 40, it's remarkable how few people you run into. Very loud conversation with the two ladies behind me walking the dogs. Don't know if you can hear it. I can. I'll probably go out on Pine Island today, give them a chance to go by, so I don't feel like they're chasing me, which is what it feels like right now, because they're walking pretty fast. Normally I'd leave people behind, but they're not dropping back very fast. If I slow down, they'd probably start catching me. totem pole's over there. I've walked by it a few times, not doing that today. I hear sounds of mowing probably over there. Something over there, some sound of equipment.
With that is hormonal imbalance is particularly
You can walk down there. It's just kind of a dirt path, so I don't take it very often. I think the big dog walkers back there is to pause because the dogs are doing whatever it is dogs do in the park. So far nobody has said hello this morning. So if you're there, say hi. By the way, I have officially topped 500 subscribers. When I started doing this in March of last year, March 2021, I had about 40 subscribers to this channel. So there's no question the walking in Regina is responsible for that subscriber growth. Halfway to 1,000 when I might actually start monetizing this, which would be cool.
priorities as far as
So maybe in another year, maybe less. I could actually start making a little money as I do my walks. That would be cool. I don't think it'd be very much money, but I might make a few dollars. So please tell your friends, have them subscribe and watch. There you go. Dogs, joggers, walkers. That's kind of what you get in birds. I see him quite often on these walks. And cyclists of some sort. I'd out for cycling, not looking for recyclables. My horizon's gone all crooked again. I don't know why. It should be more like that, but it's not staying there. View of downtown through the trees there. I think I skipped Pine Island last time, so I'll go over there today, even though you can't walk under the waterfall, which annoys me, because you used to be able to. Something happening over here. Don't know what. It's like a refreshment tent of some sort. Morning. Sponsored by, but I still don't know what the event is. Could be a rowing competition of some sort. As you can see, the bridge is lined up with the dome of the legislature there. I always look both ways when I get to the middle of a bridge, so looking west, looking east towards the Broad Street Bridge over there. Cars going by. Comes a kayak. Probably the same one we saw earlier. Looks like the only one on the lake. You can see the buoys here for rowing competition. There's a little floating platform out there where I presume is manned when there's a competition going on. This was built for the Canada Summer Games, and it's kind of the timing booth for that kind of thing. Now, if this is still blocked off, which I assume it is, we'll have to go up and over the hill. Still chained off, I think. It is, although I think people have been stepping over it, it would look to me like. Is it even running? Yeah, it's running. Well, it's low enough to step over. I'm going to step over it. So you got to look under. I won't go the other way because it's too high to step over. It's actually one of the aeration features for the lake to get oxygen into the water for the fish. Alright, I'll go back the way I came because of that. I'll climb up on top here, I think. Pretty steep. Oop, hello, pigeons. Here's the top of that. You can see it kind of blends into the lake from up here. You can barely see the edge where the water goes over. I'll go down this way. And you can see why it's called Pine Island. It's got pines all over it. A little higher viewpoint here. And back across the bridge and on around the lake we go. Jogger going by. kayaking friend is now over here, kind of getting around about the same rate we are. I've noticed that before with kayakers, that they tend to move the same speed I walk. Always birds down there. You can see a lot on the other shore over there. Another little dog. I'll resist using my Wicked Witch of the West voice. My wife actually played the Wicked Witch of the West in a production of The Wizard of Oz in school. Not Wicked, but the play version, which goes way back, actually. I mean, it is a musical, but it's not Wicked. It's the original version that has, Over the Rainbow and all that. We're off to see the wizard. I believe the stage version was created after the movie. More benches over here. I think it must be a rowing competition that's probably getting set up for. Because I remember other years I've come by and seen boats. Yeah, there's a good giveaway. Paddler's Village. That implies something to paddle, which implies boats. More birds. I don't think it's the Dragon Boat Festival. I think it's something else. Although we are getting close to when I would expect the Dragon Boat Festival to happen, if it's happening. Two roads diverged, and I took the one more traveled by over the bridge instead of going up to the highway, or the Wascana Parkway. I would think the rower looks to be heading into the beach to debark, de-kayak, de-boat. Das Boot. Somebody's always playing under there. There's somebody playing the flute. You can see over there and here. Guess they like the echo.
But anyway, so they did that, and they offered to, and like, we'll just get you the, an appropriate tub. And he says, no, I think I can find a better deal on my own.
Yeah, definitely heading into the beach over there. Coming into land. Land ho. There were more berries on the bushes last week. I think they're already... Oh, I see some. You can see some in here, but I think there were more last week. The bird's been at them probably. There she is. Probably a pretty good workout, rowing all the way around the lake. More of a workout than walking around it, probably. Well, certainly more of an upper body workout. Maybe not legs, obviously, but So as I said earlier, we have reservations tonight here at Bar Willow. I don't think we've been there all summer, so hope the weather holds. There is a risk of rain. Their deck patio is covered, but if there's enough wind, you still wouldn't want to sit out there. It's heated and everything, so I think they even have it open during colder months now. Didn't used to. So if it's just a little bit of rain, you could certainly still sit under there. If it's pouring rain and blowing sideways, no, wouldn't want to. Anyway, that's what our plan is tonight. We have a friend in town, so we're going out. Big Chaco there is the takeout window. And they even have curtain, like plastic, that can come down the side, so I imagine we'll be all right. Right now it doesn't look like it's going to do anything, but looks are deceiving. You never know what's coming this time of day by evening. Canada Games, Wascana Lake Center. Oh, I guess the rowing camp's over. Last couple of times I walked by here, there are always kids getting ready to go out rowing. But not today. None of them are open. None of the doors, I mean. Wascana Racing Canoe Club. Solar power up there. Solar panels. Oh, I gotta change hands. Oops. No, don't go crooked on me. Don't go crooked while I am walking. I like the horizon where it is. Don't imagine I want it slanted. That simply is not the way it is. Okay, I rhymed is and is, which is lazy. I needed another rhyme like biz. Fizz. Oh well, can't win them all on the extemporaneous song parody side of the walk. Seemed quite cool when I started, but in the sun, and I'm wearing a black shirt, I'm certainly noticing it being warm enough now with the exercise I am doing. Maybe I'll walk around this side of the fountain today, because I think I went over the bridge last time. There she blows! Maybe I can go up the stairs today. I haven't done that for a while. Anyway, turn around. We'll see the fountain lit up by the sun, and the bridge, and the ledge over there in the distance. In the distance. Multiple ways one can go from here, but I think I will go up onto the overlook today. There we go. Get a better look at downtown from here. And the ledge, and the little floating platform I told you about. And the bridge I did not walk over, but she's about to. All right. We'll go this way now. This takes us straight toward Moscana Center, which is kind of the administration building for Wascana Center. Wascana Place, I guess it's called. Another look at the fountain. There's a nice garden on the other side of that. I'm still not going in today, but hopefully before it frosts, I'll get in there. We got new signage. These blue signs are new. Everything was brown, now they're blue. Which ties in more with the overall city park signage. It's always blue and white signs, so maybe that's why they changed it. There's even one that lights up over on College when you turn into the Moscana Center. You see leaves on the ground, which is kind of annoying. As I said, fall is only a month away. A little less than a month, a bit more than 3 weeks. Morning.
Morning. What a buck.
Gee, positively heavy traffic along here. That's HMCS Regina, the Queen building. Or HMCS Queen, sorry. Which is actually a landlocked ship where the naval cadets hang out.
Hi.
Hi. They've been redoing windows over there, I think. Where all that white is under the windows. I believe they've installed new windows. It is run as a ship, but obviously it's landlocked. This is as close as it gets to the water. And it would take a serious flood for the water to get up to it. So since it's an artificial lake, they would keep the spillway wide open, and the flooding would happen down the creek where there are dikes on both sides, where that's a problem. So yeah, it's be a very high flood to get up there because it's uphill from here to there. You can see kind of the ship's mast style flag posts there. Morning. Hello. More touches of yellow in these trees. Well, within a month, everything will be yellow and they'll be dropping. Within 2 months, the leaves will be mostly gone. In 3 months, I'll be walking in the snow. Most likely. Not necessarily, but most likely. Morning.
Morning.
There's some yellow. This time of year you often think it's just because it's been hot and dry, but it hasn't been all that dry. Well, it has been hot. I don't know if it's fall or heat stress. It's Willow Island to my left. I haven't really been looking at it, but it's there. I'm more concerned about not running into people. There's been so much traffic along here. Foot traffic. But it's over there. Morning. Lots of people saying good morning to me this morning. Doesn't always happen. Kind of play it by ear. Do they look like they want you to say good morning? And if they say good morning first, of course you say good morning back, but so we'll look up there I've been on a few times. Up here, of course, is where Shards of Excalibur kicks off. As I always mention, when my character, Ariane, hears singing in the water, goes down a watery staircase and encounters the Lady of the Lake right there. And she and Wally Knight, her friend, get set on a quest to find the scattered shards of Excalibur around the world, and at the end of the books, it ends up in Wascana Lake, just off of the point there on Willow Island. So, if you're ever wondering where Excalibur is, that's where you'll find it. Except you can't find it because, of course, it's magically hidden. But it's there. Trust me. Would I lie to you just because as a fiction writer, that's my job, is to make up lies? Believable lies, but lies nonetheless. W.O. Mitchell, who was from Weyburn, his most famous book is Suicide in the Wind. Made into a movie, and I was in a play version of it once. When I was a teenager, I guess, had a show on, must have been CBC, well, maybe it was on CTV, because we didn't really get CBC clearly on our TV, called The Magical Eye. And it was dramatized stories, but that was his term for writing fiction, or for what fiction is, the magic lie, which I always thought was a really good term for it. And I'm going to go write some lies right after this as I work on my short story for Shapers of Worlds Volume 3, the new anthology that I kickstarted. Third one in the series featuring authors who were guests of my podcast, The World Shapers, where I interview other science fiction and fantasy authors about the creative process, which you can find at theworldshapers.com. And there'll be a new episode this Sunday with Lawrence M. Schoen. Among other things, he's known as the Klingon guy. He founded the Klingon Language Institute and headed it up for a long time. And it's quite a well-developed language at this point. It's not as pretty a language as Elvish, Tolkien's invented language. But you wouldn't expect it to be with Klingons, would you? Anyway, I have talked to him, and that episode will go live this weekend. 2 weeks after that, it'll be Brad C. Anderson, who's one of my authors. He wrote To a Tarot, which I put out in the new edition through Shadowpaw Press. Science fiction. Originally published by Bundoran Press in Ottawa. And 2 weeks after that, I believe it'll be a new author I was supposed to talk to yesterday, but when I scheduled it, I hadn't thought about the fact they were going to be building the deck in the backyard. And between the conversation, the music they were playing while they worked, and the sound of power drills and saws and hammers, I realized that wasn't going to work. So I'm going to talk to her on Monday, and I will go elsewhere to do it. I won't stay in the house with all that probably still going on Monday afternoon. I'm hoping they'll be putting the decking down. The underpinnings look like they're pretty much done. Close anyway, so I'm hoping they'll get to doing the actual decking today and we can get a real sense of what it's going to look like. It's big, I can tell that much, which we knew, but it's one thing to see it on the drawings and another to see it in real life. To get the deck built, we can even enjoy it before winter comes in if we're lucky. Move our patio furniture back up onto it. The new deck calls for new patio furniture, but won't be doing that this year. We'll get by with what we got, which ain't much, but it works. Up there's where they're building the new pool, Moscana pool. Supposed to be open next year, so I guess they'll be working on it over the winter to do the finishing touches. It's an outdoor pool, so it was never going to be swum in the winter. At least I don't think there's an indoor component to it. There certainly wasn't in the old one. So, again, I don't know what's happening, but there are tents popping up here and there around the park. The ones on that side seem to have something to do with rowing. This could be something different. Who knows? Certainly not I. I'm sure I could find out, but not while I'm walking. Too hard to Google. Look at the lake. So we go by the third of our fountains of the day, Trafalgar Fountain. Well, 4 if you count the waterfall. 3 aeration fountains, 2 aeration fountains and a waterfall, and then Trafalgar Fountain. There's one other little fountain in the park. It's down that way, just past the legislative building. I think that's it. I don't think there's one hiding somewhere that I've never discovered it. That would seem unlikely at this point. So, getting close. We'll be done in another 10 minutes here. Nobody has said hello, but I hope somebody has been watching live, and if not, I hope you've enjoyed watching the recording, which is where most of my views come. I only get maybe 20 watching it live at the most, 25, and then it's mostly on the replay that the viewers will find it. Either they watch the replay of the live feed or they watch the slightly higher definition version that I post later. I can only live stream at 720, so I always post a 1080 version later. And when I first started doing it, that was largely because the live stream part would often have stuttering in it, but that seems to have improved. I don't know if it's the new phone, stronger signal, I don't know. So I don't think I'm getting buffering as often as I used to. It still happens once in a while. But of course, posting the recording eliminates that. Speaker's Corner up there, I was there just yesterday. And I went through the tunnel actually yesterday too, so I'm afraid it's a repeat from here, but it always is. There's a repeat all the way around the lake if you watch enough of these. Right, so goodbye to the Albert Street Bridge. The flags flying bravely. Under the Albert Street Bridge, with the weird purple lights that are a new thing. It's almost like somebody replaced them with black lights. And the graffiti vandals have increasingly ruined the art down there. They're just scum. All right. But then one of the artists, one of the ones who were the first one to have graffiti put on her artwork, basically said, "Oh, well, I don't want to clean it up because that would be interfering with their expression." Which I think, if you have no more pride in your work than that, then your work deserves to be vandalized. That's what I think. So maybe all the artists down there feel that way. Oh, no, obscenities written on my art is just, I can't clean that up because it would be squelching somebody else's profound thoughts. That's just insane. So they might as well just paint over all the artwork white and let the vandals have at it like they used to. Paint it all over periodically and it would be back within a couple of days. Kind of surprised they've never put a closed circuit camera down there. If you're trying to catch vandals, that's like a baited trap for them. But they didn't ask me, clearly. There's a couple of houses sold that were for sale earlier this summer when I was walking by. Now they've been sold. That one. And this one. Sometimes it looks like trees are turning yellow, but it's actually seed pods. I think that's what's going on in that one. Or not. No, that one actually is leaves up there. Huh. Up at the top of that one, it's turning quite pale. Oh dear. Sunflowers are still blooming enthusiastically in this spot. Very tall. Very tall. See, that one is seed pods, which I thought I was seeing back there, but nope, that was actually yellow leaves. Having school directly ahead of us. And Angus Crescent, practically home. 9:30, it's about what I expected. I will cool down and then walk again. I drive part of the way and then walk the rest of the way, actually. Don't know that I want to walk all the way downtown and back. Although I could put some more steps on the stepometer. Burn a few more calories. All right. This is where we stop. Back home again, so thanks for walking with me if you watched it live, and thanks for watching the replay if that's what you've been doing. I'll be back at least one day this weekend. Bye for now.